Hello, it's Denise, Minty Gray Mama, and today I'd like to do a VR to Kelly Bear's video, Top 5 Decks That I Can't Live Without 2019, because when that first started going around, I didn't have my channel yet. I hadn't started it, so I watched those videos. I thought they were really interesting, and so now that I've started my channel, I wanted to respond. And I've been watching other people's videos, and it's so interesting because my taste index can be completely different than other people's, and I just love seeing what people pick as their top 5 decks. And to be honest, I had written down my top 5 decks that I was going to put in this video, and then I changed it a couple of times, and then I changed it again. So it was really hard for me to pick the top 5. And so I kind of stuck with ones that I'd had for a little while, that I've had a chance to really work with, and that I have a really strong connection to. Some that I've had a long time didn't make the list, and then there are others that I really, really love, but I just haven't had a chance to work with them as much, and so they didn't make the list either. So this could totally change later tonight. I mean, this is not set in stone, but right as of right now, these are my top 5 favorite decks that I couldn't live without. Like if I had to just pick 5 and I had these, I think I'd be okay for a while. So to start with, I had just done a video that my top 5 faves tag VR just to Hermit's Cave In, and one of the items you had to pick was your favorite tarot, and I picked Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot with illustrations by Lady Frida Harris, and that still made the list today. So that hasn't changed too much. So this is the same. You just watched my other video, but I just love her artwork, and I feel that there's so much to unpack in this deck that I really feel like I could work with this deck for a really, really long time and still gain a lot of meaning from it. So this would be a wonderful deck if I couldn't have that many, if I could only have 5, like this would be a great one to have because there's just so much to get out of it. And there's so many books, written about this deck, and there's just so much study to be done. So, yep. So this is definitely, I think, my first choice if I had to pick 5. This would be like the first one I would go to. Prince of Swords. So that is that. Gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I wish, though, that I had the bigger size. This is like the standard size edition, and they make a larger size, so that might have to find its way to me eventually, because it's just nice to look at the artwork in a bigger size. So my second my second deck is the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian Wilde, and this is, I forget which it did. I think this is the 3rd edition. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd edition. And oh, 2nd edition. 2nd edition. Okay. So this deck I just absolutely love. I have the newer edition that just came out too, but I just love this deck. I just love the pictures. I love the way the cards feel. Every time I've done like intuitive tarot readings for myself and for other people, I've just gotten really good intuitive hits from these cards and had really good readings. So this is just, oh yeah, like, why are they all in order? As I just put them in order so that I could compare this edition with the newer edition, and yeah. So they're all nicely put together. I just love how the colors, I don't know, they just stand out. I normally don't like a lot of white in my cards. I just like a lot of colors, generally speaking, but this deck, I just really like this deck. And I have for a while now, so that at least has been staying the same. Me and my Naked Heart Tarot deck. Okay. So moving on. So my third pick is The Next World Tarot by Christy C. Road. There's a little booklet. Actually fits in the bag with the tarot cards. And these cards, I absolutely love these cards. The only thing I didn't like about this deck when I got it, the cardstock is just really super thin. So I actually backed mine with like a clear contact paper. And so I could see the back still because I wanted to see the backs on those, but I just feels a little sturdier to me. The deck's a little bit thicker, but it hasn't been a problem for me. But I just love the artwork. I love how it's just very, I don't know, it's very non-conforming to, you know, regular, I guess, like gender stereotypes. And I don't know, I just really, really like it. And I still get really good readings from it. And I really like the messages in the little book, even though it's just like really a tiny little book and it doesn't have a ton of information in there. I think the information the meanings that it has are very insightful. It's just a very kind of like empowering, I don't know, in a very fight the system kind of a way. I just like it a lot. And I've had a chance to work with this one a lot. The Numinous Tarot, I was going to put that in my top 5, and I love that deck, and I love the artwork, but I have not had a chance to work with that one as much, so I didn't put that one in my top 5. Although I think that the Next World Tarot and the Numinous Tarot would both be in my top 5 if I had a chance to work with them a lot. I'm hoping to work with them both more. I just love that. I'm hoping to work with those two both more in the coming month or so. The Roots of Water. So, Next World Tarot. And so that was 3. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so 4 is the Mother Peace Tarot by Karen Vogel and Vicki Noble. There's a little booklet. And I love this. This was my first ever round deck that I ever got. I actually really like the cardstock. It just feels, I don't know, almost waxy or something. I just really like the cardstock in this deck. And I like the fact that the round cards, you can kind of read either like upright, you know, or to each side, or, you know, reversed, or any combination, like, you know, like a clock. You can just kind of read there's variations on the meaning. So I really like that aspect of working with round tarot cards. I had never considered that before, so that was really exciting. The artwork, I gotta say, it's not my favorite style, but it is very heartfelt, I think, and that is why I ended up, I think, working so well with it. And that's one of the things that actually put me off for a while, is I didn't resonate with this artwork. It's not like overly like pretty I'm not trying to insult the artwork. I'm just saying, to me, it's not like that very flowery, feminine, you know, like drawing, or very realistic, but it's very, a lot of them are somewhat tribal looking, and I've just been resonating with that style a little bit more as I've gotten older. So, yeah. So this is a great deck, and I really enjoyed the books that I have that go with it. It's given me a lot to think about and to work with, and so that one's great. So my 5th one, I was going to do all tarot decks, but then this Oracle deck just really snuck in the list, and I thought, yeah, if I ever didn't have this deck, I'd be pretty sad, and that is the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. I have had this for ages, this copy, and I just really, this isn't one that I ever really read intuitively, because the fairies have so much information in here and so much specific meaning to them. So I've always really used the book or just memorized the meanings from the book, but I've never really used it to read like intuitively. And I think that's why I haven't worked with it as much as some other decks, but I just love, love, love the artwork. And also the font like is really hard to read, I think, for me. But and the edges are a little worn. I have had this one for a while, and I've used it quite a bit. And I've got to say, it's a fairy deck that's not all like sunshine and brightness and light. You know, it's got a lot of, there's a lot of stuff in here you might not want to hear about. Like for me, you know, kind of does work with the shadow aspects as well as the light. So it's a very balanced deck. And when I first got it, I wasn't exactly prepared to hear all that, but I can appreciate that a lot more now. And I think that I even work better with it now than when I first got it all those years ago. I won't say how many, but it's just gorgeous. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, this one. I just love that. So I'm sure everybody knows what these look like, but I just can't help but showing them off because they're so pretty and I could just look at them all day. In fact, this is a deck that I do like to meditate with. Oh, that one's jumping out at me. The Singer of the Chalice. This one used to come up for me all the time. Yeah. Oh, man. Absolutely. And I love this. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole deck because that would be silly, but yeah, this is just a great deck. And when I was picking up all my decks off the shelf and trying to pick my favorite or my top 5 that I couldn't live without, I just couldn't pass that one up. That one just like jumped off the shelf. It was ready to come be in my top 5. So that's it. So I've got the Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck, the Mother Piece, the Next World Tarot, Naked Heart, and the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. And that's it. So I've really enjoyed seeing everybody's videos to this and seeing how different everybody's top choices are. I think that's what's amazing is there's so many choices, so you can really express yourself with your tarot picks, you know, when you're doing readings. And I think that that actually helps my readings is working with decks that I feel connected with. So I am lucky to have several. All right. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.